Hey everybody, it's John Wayne Mullins, and today is day 75. That means we only got 25 days. Is that right? 23, 24, 24 days after today to finish out your year strong. Uh, I know when I first started this talk, it was 100 days, and it's turned into some pretty awesome uh, progress and opportunity. And I'll be telling you all about that in a little while. Tonight, I actually want to thank my wife because she suggested tonight's talk about comparison. And this is something that she told me a lot of moms will do. They get on these Facebook groups, they get on these different social media platforms, and they start comparing themselves. And that is dangerous, not only as a mom, but as a person, because there are I have six traps that what comparing yourself to other people can do for you. And we'll be going through all six of those. But, comparison isn't just something that women struggle with. It's not something that is just for women, it's just for moms. But it's something that I think if we were to really be honest with ourselves, is something that I believe that a lot of men eh, struggle with as well because uh, either if they don't realize the challenges or how to overcome the challenges of being a dad, all these different circumstances and competing circumstances, competing challenges and obstacles, and being a dad, being a husband, managing your business or going to work, managing your projects, managing your relationships, as well as managing your home. There's a lot that goes on with being a new dad. And sometimes, if we're not careful, when we allow ourselves to compare ourselves to other people, that is so dangerous because it really sets you up for failure. Because, one, let's be honest, when you compare yourself to somebody else, you don't know their story. You don't know what story even that they may be putting out there for people that to what they want people to think or react, or what facade or mask they may be putting out about themselves, that they want you to think that they've got it all together, or they've got, they're being so successful. I'll never forget, when I started working with someone that I admired. We were working on a project together a few years ago, and it was the first time I met him one on one. But from a um, from a business standpoint on social media, this guy was killing it. He was always online. He was always doing this stuff. He appeared that he had it together. And so when I asked him, I was like, "Hey, how's it going? What how you must be doing so well." And I put him in this category because I was comparing myself to him. And then he told me, he's like, "Well, I'm still trying to figure it all out, and I'm struggling." I was just like, "What? That's not what I expected," because I was comparing myself, and I allowed myself to say, "Oh, this guy has it all together because he does all this stuff." Well, no, that's not true. Oftentimes we compare ourselves to other people to to this to the story that they project, and we then allow ourselves to think, "Oh, this is the way it has to be because so and so said it," or they accomplish these things, or they have the perfect family life, or they're going on these trips, and you don't know their story. You don't know the challenges. You don't know the obstacles that dad has had to overcome. And so we're going to talk about six different uh, ways that the dangers of comparison. The first one is comparison disrespects your own triumphs, your own journey, and your own adversities. Again, it disrespects your own triumphs and journey. One of the things that I have learned this is that when you, as a new dad, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, I've learned this time and time again, is that you should respect your journey. You should respect your triumphs, your obstacles, your challenges, because that's a part of your journey. I'm not saying ignore all help, or I'm not saying that you should, um, ignore groups where you can be a part of. Actually, I'm actually doing the opposite. I'm promoting that. I'm a big believer of groups, of group training, of doing things together. What's the saying? If you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go in a group, because you grow together. Something happens when you put yourself in a surrounding of like-minded people and you're able to grow through challenges. That's actually what started the Mr. New Dad coaching group that I'm starting in January. Uh, I'm looking to bring together 10 to 12 guys and go through an 8-week coaching course where you get to learn as a group, but then you get to interact and ask questions and help each other overcome the common challenges that a lot of new dads face. So I'm a big fan of groups and going through things together because, like I said, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go in a group because there's a lot of truth to that. Because when you fall and you're by yourself, who's there to pick you up? But when you're going through something with a team, a group of people who you have accountability, you have growth, you have people that you can bring your challenges to and talk to and talk your way through. And so when you compare yourself to other people, you completely disrespect that. You disrespect your wins, your losses, your journey, and your challenges. It's a lot of truth. The second thing, comparison ignores what's meaningful to you. Think about that. When you compare yourself to somebody else because they seem like they have everything together, they seem they have the perfect life. Again, one, you don't know what they're going through or what they're not telling you. But when you compare yourself to other people, you ignore you. You ignore your values. You ignore what's meaningful to you because your focus is so much on that guy or that family. And you're trying to be like the Joneses or you're trying to be like so and so because he seems like he has the perfect life, the perfect marriage, the perfect, family. No, don't do that. And when you're so focused on that, you miss out on your values, like who makes you you, your purpose, your why, what the areas that you are trying to grow in, not what the guy down the street is doing. You. The third thing, comparison invites dissatisfaction. Think about it. If you're constantly comparing yourself to somebody else, you're going to be dissatisfied with yourself, especially if that person is so much further down the road than you, or they're going on these trips, or they're doing these things, or they're always, whatever it is that you are comparing yourself to, it invites that dissatisfaction. It invites jealousy, unhappiness, resentment, and anger. And guess who you take that out on? Yourself, your family, your wife, because you're dissatisfied, you're unhappy. And so if you don't know how to manage that, first, if you don't know that you have that, if you lack that awareness about yourself, that you're even comparing yourself to other people, you're going to be so miserable because you're chasing someone else's dream and then comparing yourself to them because you don't have that when that's not yours to have. The fourth thing, comparison warps our self worth. I'll say that again. Comparison warps our self worth. I think this goes back to what I was talking about a few minutes ago, is that because you are so focused on them, your mind needs to be shifted. You forget what really matters. You forget, you lose sight in that. It's almost like you lose the value of yourself because everything gets twisted and everything gets messy because you're trying to do what's best for you and your family, while at the same time, probably subconsciously, especially if you've never thought about this, If you've never thought, why am I always so angry? Why am I always so miserable? Why am I always so happy? Why am I jealous? Well, who are you comparing yourself to? Let's be honest. What are you really chasing, and who are you trying to be? Like, what type of dad do you want to be? Not your neighbor, not your best friend, not your brother. What type of dad do you want to be? What are the values that you're trying to instill in your family, in your wife, in your kids? How are you trying to lead them? How are you trying to lead yourself? When you're comparing yourself to other people, it warps your self-worth, which drains your confidence. The fifth thing, comparison establishes goals based on assumption, lies, and appearance. I'm going to say that again. Comparison establishes goals based on assumptions, lies, and appearance. That's dangerous work. That's dangerous things to be doing. If you're taking the time to, one, if you're actually taking the time to write out your goals, hey, that's good. I'm a big fan of that. But if all that is based on assumptions, lies, and appearance, how happy do you think, or how likely do you think you're going to be at accomplishing those? How happy are you going to be when you get there? And what are you risking as a dad by chasing these goals based on assumptions, lies, and appearance? That's dangerous, stupid. But let's be honest, a lot of people do that. A lot of people base their goals on assumptions, lies, and appearance because they think, oh, if I have this, if I have that car, I'm going to be happy. If I have $1 million or whatever, I'm going to be happy. If I have this house, or if I have these clothes, or if I have this type of nursery or mamaru, or what, my kid has to have the best, or you base your goals based on what other people say, and you're not honest with yourself, not realistic with yourself. You're not setting your goals with your wife. You're not setting your goals based on reality, not not the lies, not the assumptions, not half truths, but on reality. I want to know, are these realistic goals, or are these based on those lies that we were just talking about? Yeah, so comparison is a dangerous thing for new dads because it can take you down a road that you don't want to even be going. And by the time you get down that far enough, you know how hard it is going to be turn around and to correct those things. So if you're a new dad, think about these things. What direction are you going? And what are your goals based on? The sixth and final thing, comparison keeps us comparison can keep us back from breaking away from the herd and innovating. I like that because I'm going to say it again. Comparison can keep us back from breaking away from the herd and innovating. Just think about this. What an innovative person who's willing to take risk, who's willing to put himself out there, who's willing to uh, go outside his comfort zone, do you think that person is comparing himself to other people? Do you think that person who's being innovative, saying, you know what, I'm going to try something different, or I'm going to put myself through this 8-week coaching course that I don't know a lot about, but I know that a lot of my friends have coaches. I know that coaching is very successful. Mentoring can be very effective tool for personal and professional growth. I'm going to do this. Do you think that person is comparing himself to other people? Probably not, because when you compare yourself, it can keep you back from breaking away from the herd and being innovative. Because your mindset is like, oh, I have to be like other people. I have to, my it's almost like your mindset has this myopic view of like this, and I only want what he has, or I want to accomplish this. And it's based, like I said, it can be based on false reality, on lies, on assumptions, on appearance, which, why would you do that? And the likelihood when you are, uh, you know, comparing yourself to other people, why would you want to break away from the herd? Because that's your motivation. That's your drive. That's in your mind. This is all you know. This is all you know. And Timmy over here, he seems to have the perfect family, and he drives a nice car, and he goes on vacation every other month, and he has the big house, and but you don't know that he's probably in debt up to his eyeballs, unhappy because he's up to his debt and up to debt in his eye up to debt in his eyeball up to his eyeballs in debt. Sorry. And so think about that. Of course, you want to break away because that's all you know. And breaking away is scary, probably scares the heck out of you. But I will tell you this, that when you break away and you're innovative and you put yourself in that environment where you can grow, where you will grow, because there are other men out there who are just like you and they want to be successful. They want to be very clear on their purpose, their why, their vision for the type of dad, husband, man that they want to be for their family. And so, if any of this resonates with you, hit me up, comment below, or send me a direct message because, like I said, I'm looking for 10 to 12 guys who are serious about their growth, who want to gain clarity on the type of dad, the type of man that they want to be, and then get crystal clear on their vision. Learn how to optimize their day, optimize their calendar, you know, establish goals for themselves and their family. Learn how to better communicate with themselves, their boss, their family, their wife. Establish boundaries that will actually help you and not hurt you. All these things we're going to be talking about in the 2022 New Dad group coaching program that I'm starting the first week of January. It's going to be an 8-week program. I'm very excited about it. I haven't opened up doors yet or opened up registration, but again, I'm looking for those 10 to 12 guys who want to be a part of that group. So it's by invite only, but if you are and you are looking for something like that, hit me up, comment below, and let's talk. Because I'm looking for the right 10 to 12 guys who are going to make this group, our first group, such a success. So I appreciate you all helping me, getting me here. Until tomorrow, be awesome, be well, and have a good night. Take care, everyone. And stop comparing yourself to other people.